country safe and leading the world with strength. Working on those problems that keep families up at night. Alzheimer's, addiction, mental health. So many difficulties that people have shared with me. You know, a lot of folks said, why'd you start talking to such small groups of people when you came to Iowa back in April? I'll tell you, because I really wanted to listen. I figured there'd be plenty of time for me to talk at you. I wanted to hear from you. And I couldn't believe from my very first meeting in Davenport, on that very first day, to a few days later in Council Bluffs, people wanted to talk to me about mental health and substance abuse. That wasn't on my agenda. It is now. We've got to have mental health parity, and we've got to have more treatment for addiction. And I think a president can be a good partner working with states and cities and nonprofit groups and faith groups to try to help do that. So there's not just one list to take into the White House on January 20th, 2017. And you never even know, even if you tried to make the longest list you could imagine, what might pop up the very next day. So being ready, being prepared, being experienced, being focused is what we have to have in our next president, to stand up for our values, to make it clear we are better united than divided here at home, just like around the world. So I'm hoping that you will be the first line of defense. We need you to be, against any possible opportunity for the Republicans to take back the White House. This is a very consequential caucus because it will set the tone for whether or not we're going to be able to hold on to the White House, build on the progress we've made, or watch it get ripped away. I hope you will talk to some of our staff and volunteer these last weeks. Go to our website, hillaryclinton.com/Iowa. Text JOIN, J-O-I-N, 47246 to see how you can get involved. People ask me, well, how do you do this every day? And I do it because I really love our country. And I really believe that we've got to make sure that the next generation, some of whom are here today, have the same promise and potential that many of us inherited. And I think especially about my 15-month-old granddaughter, who is just the joy of our life. And we're thrilled she'll have a little brother or sister come the summer, because that will double the thrill for us. But I'm the granddaughter of a factory worker. My grandfather came to this country as a young immigrant child, went to work in the Scranton lace mills in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and worked really hard to give his 3 sons a better life, and he did. All 3 of them ended up going to college. And my dad, when he graduated in the middle of the Depression, couldn't find a job, hopped a freight train, got to Chicago, got a job selling around the Midwest, and then went into the Navy, came out, started a small business. So I'm very fortunate because I had great parents. My mother's experience was very different, had a much more difficult life, really abandoned by her parents, sent to live with grandparents who didn't want her, and she started working as a maid when she was 14. And I often asked her, how did you survive? How could you keep going? And she would say, because people were kind to me, and because there was opportunities that I could have to,